forced to remove these cars close to Heathrow, while legal powers are now in place to restore these fields after pressure from local residents.
Children could play quite safely, and there was just a nice little community here, but it's all changed, and with all the cars coming and going, it's very unsafe for everybody.
Also ahead tonight. Captured on body cam, a patient spits on a paramedic trying to treat them as hundreds of assaults are recorded against ambulance staff. Plus,
Dr. Mark Prince.
The Londoner whose son was stabbed to death is honoured for his work using sport to help combat knife crime. And with Christmas Day a week away, we bring you an explosion of festive cheer at one department store.
The London Ambulance Service says more than 700 physical assaults were made against paramedics so far this year. Some of the incidents have been captured on body-worn cameras, which have been rolled out to staff but are only activated if they feel threatened. 40% of the assaults involve drugs or alcohol. Soho's last remaining school is at risk of closing due to falling pupil numbers. Soho Parish Primary School has been on Great Windmill Street since the late 19th century, but the number of students has dropped by 44% in the last 6 years. Now the community is pulling together to save it.
So the funding is less, so the parents are chipping in more. There's donations of, even my local hotel donates all the toilet roll. A lot of the parents are kind of quite creative in coming up with ways of fundraising, but then everyone is fighting it. It really is. I feel for every school. They're spending more time having to fundraise than now actually teaching.
A court has heard how a teenager who killed schoolgirl Eliane Andam had a history of violence and threatening young people with weapons, and described himself as evil before he attacked her. Hassan Sentamu, who was 17 at the time, repeatedly stabbed the 15-year-old outside the Whitgift Centre in Croydon in September last year. He's previously admitted manslaughter but denies murder on the grounds of diminished responsibility due to his autism. Supplies of bottled water were handed out in Surrey and South London due to a fault with the water supply. An estimated 4,000 homes were affected by the problem, which started on Monday with reports of no water, low pressure and intermittent supply. SES Water said Cheam Treatment Works had experienced a fault and apologised for the disruption. And Network Rail has apologised to passengers after it emerged Luton Station has been waiting 18 years for accessibility improvements, including lifts. It was first included in a government Access for All scheme in 2006, but work has been repeatedly postponed. 4 of its 5 platforms can only be reached by stairs. Network Rail said it plans to start work in the spring.
A church in Essex has received thousands of pounds in donations to install CCTV after a break-in. The organ of St Margaret's Church near Basildon was damaged during an incident last month. Since then, £10,000 has been raised to help improve security. 2 teenage boys have been arrested on suspicion of burglary and criminal damage.